Hello Aries and welcome to Providence. This is your general weekly reading for the week commencing the 27th of December 2020. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all very well. Once again, this is for the Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs of Aries, as well as the cross watchers. Everyone is most welcome here. And as always, please be reminded that this is a general weekly reading and to only take what resonates with you and leave the rest for somebody else out there in your collective. We start this weekly reading with the Five of Swords, Aries. And the Five of Swords is a card that signifies some conflict around you at the moment, perhaps some arguments, some disagreements that you might be having with loved ones, co-workers, or all that sort of all those sorts of people. This is also a card that signifies some sort of competition and a winning at all costs mentality that you might have going on at the moment. The two guys here in the background of this card, they've dropped their swords. They're walking away from this fight. So you are victorious. You are collecting their swords, but at what cost? Have you been cutting with your words? Have you scrambled over people to get ahead? What is the winning at all costs here for you? Be aware of that as you're moving into this week. Let's get all the cards on the deck for you, Aries, and we'll get a little bit more information about what this competition or what this conflict may be in your life at the moment. Card at the bottom of the deck this week, the overarching energy, is the Almighty Tower. So there is change going on. This is a card about upheaval, sometimes even chaos. It's a very dramatic looking card. I mean, there's lightning bolts and fire and people jumping out of windows, signifying that chaos, that upheaval, that sudden change that may happen this week. But what this card is actually doing is revealing the strong foundations you have down here. What is happening is the universe is coming in and it's destroying this particular tower because this tower no longer serves you to where you are going. So ultimately the tower card is a card about awakening, about revelation, realizing this tower structure in your life no longer serves you and realizing how strong your foundations are to rebuild a tower that is going to serve you into the future. So keep that in mind this week. Big energy this week. All right, let's see what's crossing you, Aries. The Nine of Swords, the Nightmares card. The Nine of Swords is a card that signifies you've got some anxiety, some worries, some fear at the moment. It could be a few sleepless nights ahead, a few nightmares, as the nickname of this card would suggest. For in some more specific cases, this can sometimes represent some more acute mental health conditions. And if that is the case for anybody out there, please seek some professional advice, as we don't want you having to be in that headspace, and there are many tools and resources available to you. But for everybody else, this is some anxiety, and I think it's about the anxiety of this unknown, this tower energy coming in here. I think you're concerned with the what ifs, what's going to happen to me, how am I going to do this? Those sorts of questions are on your mind at the moment and perhaps keeping you up at night. It's also to do with this conflict, this tension down here with the Five of Swords. I think someone's really got under your skin, Aries. That's the feeling I'm getting at the moment. I'm just going to flip this past card. Yeah. The Seven of Wands is a card that does represent you have had to overcome some challenges recently. It is in the past. So you have overcome these challenges. It hasn't been easy, but it's also a card that represents your perseverance, your resilience here. You've got higher ground in this image. All these people can poke and prod you with their wands, causing roadblocks, causing delays, causing setbacks, causing annoyances, but you do have the higher ground here. Your perseverance and resilience has enabled you to make it through to the other side. This card is also a card about competition. You've got two competition cards down here. I wonder if this is in a workplace scenario. Is there a little bit of movement going on with the company? Perhaps there's a few promotions up for grabs and a few of your colleagues and yourself are all vying for these positions. That's sort of how I'm picking up on this particular reading. Yeah, the Emperor, your card, Aries, in your grounding position. This is you and your personal power. This is you as the great authority. This is you as... this is you overseeing establishments and structures. There's no one higher of authority than the Emperor. You are the King of Kings in this position, which makes me think that, again, back to this Five of Swords, I think you probably are going to come out on top in this competition, but at what cost? There is a sense with the Emperor card being here to create a structure around you, have a strong foundation, as the Tower would suggest. If you're rebuilding a new tower, you need this strong foundation. And I'm wondering if the way that you're getting to the top in this particular situation really has a strong foundation, or is it a bit of a shaky foundation? If you've scrambled over people, you've climbed your way up in a not so dignified manner, Aries, perhaps. I'm just wondering how strong that ground is underneath you. Because the Emperor is suggesting you need this structure. You need to be a great authority to be able to rise to the top. Yeah, the Two of Swords in your crowning position. And the Two of Swords is always a card about some difficult decisions to make, weighing up your options. This card comes a lot with the Tower over here because it is about weighing up your options. And this card often appears when you've been procrastinating or avoiding making some important decision in your life. Sometimes decisions are difficult to make because there's not a wrong answer. You know, sometimes you're presented with two really good options, so that's what makes it difficult to make the decision. But some decisions have to be made. I am feeling this is all about your job, your career at the moment. You know, perhaps the decision you need to make is, you know, do I stay or do I go? You know, do I accept this offer of promotion or a pay rise or a project or something, or do I seek, you know, some other way, some other avenue of getting what you want at the moment, Aries? I think that's what the decision making is about. The Star is the outcome card for you this week. So you are going to get what you want. This is the Aquarius card, Aries, if that resonates with anybody out there. And the Star is the big dream come true. So you are going to navigate this and you are going to end up with what you want. And by that happening in your life, it is going to renew your hope, your faith, perhaps your purpose. I feel that you're in a current situation that isn't in alignment with your purpose. And whatever decision that you make to come out on top is actually in alignment with your purpose. And this is why the Star card is sitting here. Whatever the outcome of this situation is for you, it's going to bring you back into alignment of what you should be doing, where you should be going. It's this Tower energy as well. Again, you know, I said this Tower here is crumbling down because it no longer serves you. And the universe wants you to rebuild something that is going to serve you into your future. And I think this is what the Star is bringing in for you, Aries. Let us get one final message for you to clarify the week. But if you are resonating with this reading, by all means, please give the video a like. Feel free to leave a comment if you would like to. Oh, excuse me. And if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button below the video, as I do have ongoing weekly readings available for everybody. And there it is. Armadillo Spirit, the number 3. And the message Armadillo Spirit brings is to set healthy boundaries. And I think this is to do with this conflict, this competition that's going on, to set healthy boundaries here. It's also playing into this idea of the Emperor and structure around you, having these really solid structures around you to set healthy boundaries. Let us see what other messages Armadillo Spirit has for you this week, Aries. Where are you, Armadillo? Yeah. Learning to set healthy boundaries is the gift of Armadillo Spirit. You are entering a phase where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that may have been okay for you in the past. This also means that you need to learn where you end and others begin. What is yours to own and what is not? Keeping your limits and understanding that it's an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Armadillo Spirit is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Be clear on what you are agreeing to. Declare what your needs are and say no as a full sentence. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as to yourself. Trust your body's signals and you will know what to do. Armadillo Spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. I will leave you with that as the final message of the week, Aries. I wish you a fabulous week ahead, and I do look forward to seeing you all next week. Until then, from me to you, much love and light. Bye-bye.